Hey, good morning. This is Frank. I'm Frank. This is Terry.
Hi, T.D. Cooper. Good morning.
Good morning. Anyway.
The Frank and Terry Show.
Yes, it is. The two most popular authors on YouTube. You said that ironically. All right. Let's see. So, Terry, with your novel Strewn Shoes, I noticed that you've got a new cover.
I do. I have a fabulous person that redesigned my cover for me, and this is what it looks like on paper. I have uploaded it on Kindle, the Kindle books, and did you get it?
I did. It just got a little too close to your face, and you're not gonna like that shot. But hey, but no editing. It's all off the cuff, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so anyway, I have it uploaded. It's even uploaded on the hardcover or the paperback.
Right.
But Amazon is not switching it because apparently they have the old cover in stock. So they are reducing the price of it with the old cover.
Right.
So now if you really want to go buy it, now's the time to get it for $7. About what I have to pay for it. So so go get it, guys. Strewn Shoes, and it does have a new cover every place, but on paperback. And I like it a lot better. It looks more youthful and
it seems to more contemporary.
Yes. So yeah, and it's pink and kind of girly and fits with the contents of the book.
Right. All right. Moving right along. Let's see.
We have a train.
We do have a train. We've always got a train. It's Friday and it's kind of afternoon, and the tracks run right here just behind the studio, and so they send train after train after train. So I'm not sure if it's being picked up or not, and if it's not, so much the better. And if it is, sorry, please bear with us. Okay, so we were
no more train.
The train is gone, thank God. Wow. When they send these trains through here, they are so long, and the tracks are so close that it almost sets up like an earthquake in here. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, so since our last podcast, we are reviewing a book called Christmas at the Comfort Food Cafe by an author named Debbie Johnson. And it had 955 reviews, which I thought was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You know, and let's see. And then I think it's on sale for $2.99.
That's the Kindle version.
On Amazon.
Or the ebook version.
Right. And so basically it lets you read like the first 4 chapters.
Yes.
So what did you think of it, Terry?
Well, it didn't grab me right off the top. But then I went back and started reading about the author and what book this was, and this was a book in the middle of a series. So I thought, well, maybe then that's why I didn't grab me. But what I did learn and like about it was she started out in third person and then switched to first person after she kind of did this intro thing. And
Right.
I've always questioned whether that was legit or not, because I did that in Book of Choices or Second Chances, a Book of Treasures, and I switched from third to first.
Right.
So if she can do it and get published by a major company, then I figured that was okay for me.
Well, I think that like when you start out like third person and then you zoom down into like first person, it's almost like if you were looking at a movie or something, it'd be like this overshot of like the whole scene, like the car driving down the highway, and all of a sudden you're inside the car, and you know there's the people.
Right.
So yeah, I think it works.
Yeah.
But it has to be done.
Well, she switched chapters and then she started into
Yeah, you have to have
and that's
some
what
kind
I did.
some kind of break. I was editing a book years ago for someone that started out like on this outer space sci-fi type thing. All of a sudden, it's like there's this kid on this bike driving through Seattle, and it's like, wait a minute, what?
What happened here?
Yeah, and there was no chapter break. There was no nothing. It was just like from one sentence to the next, and I went. It was nuts. Okay, So,
what did you think of it?
well, there were things that I liked about it, and and I also kind of browsed around some of the reviews and thought, wow, they had merit. I made some notes here. I like the book, and I like the interplay between the sisters. I think the author isn't very good with tenses. She keeps bouncing back and forth in the body of a paragraph between present and past tense.
Okay, see, I wouldn't pick up on
and she'll
that.
say like so and so is, and then so and so was, and so and so is, and then so and so was, and so there's a lot of it seems very choppy, and that was also one of the critiques that it was a little choppy. It needed more character development. The characters themselves kind of seemed almost like caricatures of actual people, like not real people. They seemed almost like they seemed very cliche in a lot of ways.
I thought that too. I thought that they needed to. I needed to feel the story more than being told it.
Right. Yeah, it was very much almost a narrative.
Right. Maybe it was just because it was the first 6 or 8 pages of the story. I don't know.
Yeah.
But because I didn't go into the rest of it.
The only other critique I really have of it is it did feel very choppy, and it felt like Chip dropping like different cultural references in the book, like all over the place. It's like there's so many like song references and TV show references and everything else that the book itself is probably not going to age very well.
Oh.
Because and I understand that or you can look back at the book and go, well, it's set during this time, and so these songs were playing or these shows were on TV or whatever. But I think when you put in like specific cultural references like that, you lock the book in a certain time.
Well, she did have that. That was some of her stuff. It was December 1997 Christmas, and then she jumped to 2000, and then she jumped to, and then she started leaving it all out like it was. I don't know if it was present day or what.
Right. It that was just one of the critiques that I read, and I thought, yeah, that's valid. She does have a. You say, well, this song was on the radio or whatever, but she like puts in a lot, maybe almost too much, that sort of thing. So but other people may really enjoy that, and so that's just it's kind of their thing. Not for me. I kind of thought, like if I'm like this current work in progress that I'm working on. This guy goes into his antique store, and there's like some big band playing faintly on a radio somewhere. Well, that's appropriate for a store like that, So, but just stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of nitpicky, but overall, I mean, I liked it. In spite of all those things, I kind of liked.
I didn't understand where it was going. What were we trying to get at? And that's what I kept. Thinking to myself, what is this story building to?
I think what it's about is the one sister hates Christmas, and so it's a Christmas story, and so I think that.
Just it was that simple.
Is almost like a
Okay.
I think it's
so
supposed
maybe
to be
I was looking for something deeper, and it was just going to be that simple.
And it had the potential to be something far deeper.
Yeah, it did. It did. It had. I think it had potential. Just the little bit I read, and sometimes that's not fair just to read and then critique.
Right.
I like more dialogue in my stories too.
Right, but a lot of the other critiques and stuff, people have actually bought the books. That there's kind of like real, and then the ending just kind of like just. It's almost like hastily done and then it turned off. And
really?
Like, oh.
See, I didn't read any of those, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I read it. I mean, I didn't. It took me about 15 minutes to read that much. Is what I read.
Well, I wonder. It's crazy that she's got like almost 1,000 reviews though.
I know that's it.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
But it was Harper. Wasn't it Harper Collins that published it? Wasn't that the publisher?
I didn't even pay any attention to that. Didn't even look at it.
It was one of the.
Okay, so it's like Penguin or Harper Collins.
I think it was Harper Collins or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but so there was something obviously really good that they liked about that story and that series, because that was one in a series.
Right.
So I would be interesting to know what they found interesting in that one and compared to what I can't get anybody to look at mine. Right. And I know there's so many independent authors that are
churning out some amazing stuff, and it's like none of the major publishers are going to touch them, but they'll pick up stuff that seems very amateurish to me. I don't know, to my eye, but anyway.
Me too. I don't understand how I've sent out thousands of query letters and just can't.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too. If you ever get discouraged, you figure Harry Potter was rejected 7 times. Before somebody picked it up and took a chance with it.
Till the right person picked it. A kid picked it up
Yeah.
and started reading it. It was a child of a publisher, and they, I think, and they said, "Hey, you might want to really look at this."
Nice.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be that exact story, but it was something along those lines.
Well, and here's the thing too. You keep writing stuff and putting it out on Kindle, and maybe sooner or later the right word's going to appear before the right set of eyes, and bang, here we go. So, but I think that once I get my anthologies together, I would like to start presenting it as a manuscript and maybe farming it out to different publishers and seeing what happens.
You know what I found out too is once you self-publish it, they won't look at you.
Really?
They won't look at you.
Huh?
So I don't, because they ask you now, has this been self-published? And I don't know, at least that's been my experience so far.
Okay. Well, that'll be something I can kind of definitely research and
we need to research and
find
find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about do some research on
because
that.
I'm sure there are publishers out there who don't care because
Yeah.
especially as prolific now as self-publishing has become. It's like,
yeah,
I mean, what author out there that's struggling to make a buck hasn't done that?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Anyway.
Alrighty. Well, anything you wanted to add?
No, I just hope that my new cover comes out on Strewn Shoes pretty soon on the paperback. So
Yeah, absolutely, because that is a great cover.
I know it's a great cover, and it's kind of irritating to me that why would they?
You're the author, and why don't you have like all the rights to your own work?
Well, I chatted with somebody online about it, and he said, well, they probably print so many copies of it and stuck it in a warehouse.
Of course.
Well, okay, but I didn't ask them to do that. Did
Right.
I?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
I don't know. But because the new cover is definitely better.
Right.
Not to say anything bad about my husband and the cover he made, but it just wasn't. It was a he doing it, not a she doing it, and I think that made a big difference.
Sure. Alrighty, well, that's about all we've got for this morning, and hope you guys have a great day. And
have a great week.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.